Hi guys! So today's video is going to be my last Valentine's Day look, and I'm a little sad about it, but that means I can move on to bigger and better things, so yay! I had a bunch of ideas planned for Valentine's Day actually, but these are kind of my three favorites, and then I have another special video on Friday which is kind of like a Galentine's Day look, even though Galentine's Day will have already passed. But if you're going out with your girls this weekend, it'll be perfect. So we're gonna hop right into the video. So this video, I'm actually gonna start by doing my eyeshadow first instead. That is not how I typically do my makeup. I normally do my face and then my eyes and everything. But so to start, I'm going to use the Colourpop No Filter Concealer in Fair 06. I'm gonna just put just a little bit on both of my eyes to blend these babies. I'm gonna use this big brush. So I don't know if you guys have noticed with my eyeshadow looks for this series, how they've all been fairly simple. Like, they've been bold, don't get me wrong, they've been bold, but they're really easy to do. And it's really just like one or two colors that I'm doing. So I don't know, I think they're fun and they're simple to do and I really like them. I'm going to use the same brush and I'm going to be using the Beaute Grandoise palette. And I'm going to start by using the shade Patchouli with the same brush to set my eyes before I start blending any shadows on top. So the first brush that I'm going to use is the Wet n Wild Big Fluffy brush, and I'm going to use the shade Rose. And I'm going to blend it into my crease. I'm going to go back in the palette and I'm going to use the shade Poppy, which is this burgundy color. And I'm going to use the small fluffy brush from Wet n Wild. And I'm going to focus it on the outer corner and to the middle of the crease a little bit. So here's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to take a flat brush, such as the Sonia Kashuk one, and I'm going to spray it with my Milani Make It Last setting spray. And then I'm going to take the shade Rose again and pop it onto my lid. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the same Wet n Wild fluffy brush that I was using before, and I'm going to blend everything in really well. Now I'm going to take the Colourpop SuperShock Shadow in Lights Up, and I'm just going to put it on the very inner corner of my lid to lighten everything up a little bit. And now I'm going to add a wing. And I'm going to use the NYX Epic Ink Liner, which is my go-to for winging it up. And there you have the wing. So I'm going to do the other eye, and I'm going to do my eyebrows, and I will be back to finish the eyes. So I finished my eyeliner, and then I just went ahead and I wiped off the excess from underneath my eyes and cleaned up the edge a little bit. So now I'm going to finish the lower lash by using this Real Techniques pencil brush, and I'm going to use the shade Rose, and start way up in the front and blend it towards the back. And I'm going to do the same, or not the same, but I'm going to use Poppy now, and I'm going to start it towards the middle of the eye and move that towards the back. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to highlight the brow bone with the Wet n Wild highlighting powder in Blossom Glow. And I'm going to use a small brush. And I'm also going to pop that on the inner corner. There we go. And now I'm going to use the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara in black. To start my face makeup, I'm going to take the e.l.f. Lit from Within Mattifying Moisturizer, and I'm going to prime my face. Now I'm going to take the Colourpop No Filter Foundation in the shade Light 60. And I'm going to pump that onto the back of my hand like so. Now I'm going to take the Real Techniques Stippling Expert Face Brush, and I'm going to blend this onto my face. Now I'm going to take the Colourpop No Filter Concealer and conceal under my eyes, in between my brows, bridge of my nose, a little bit there, a little bit there, around my nose, and then I will go back and spot conceal. As always. I'm just going to keep using the same brush. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set my face using the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus Pressed Powder in Warm Light. Okay, well I'm going to use this e.l.f. brush to get under my eyes. And around my nose and everywhere I put concealer. And then I'm going to take a slightly bigger brush. I'm going to use this Sonia Kashuk brush to get everywhere. And now I'm going to apply some blush. I'm going to use the Milani Baked Powder Blush in Luminoso. It has such a pretty sheen. And I'm going to pop that onto my cheekbones. Now I'm going to work on bronzing up the skin. And I'm going to use this Wet n Wild small powder brush. Or maybe it's the blush brush. I don't remember. But I'm going to use the NYX Matte Bronzer in Deep. And now I'm going to highlight my face with the Wet n Wild Megaglo highlighting powder. I'm going to use the Real Techniques setting brush. Let me tell you guys, brushes make all the difference when you're doing your makeup, because if your brushes don't work or they aren't good quality, your makeup won't turn out. And that is something I've learned the hard way, because I always tried to apply highlight with these crappy brushes and all these other products that I was trying to do. Like I had these bright blue brushes, but the color from the brush would rub off on my face, or like little hairs would shed and fall over my face, and then I'd have little blue hairs on my face. So it, like, really, find brushes that work for you. If it's not working, don't automatically blame the product. Think about if the brushes you're using are good. And it doesn't have to be expensive either. Like, I use I don't go out and buy like Morphe brushes or Sephora brushes or anything like that. I use Real Techniques and Wet n Wild's and E.l.f. brushes, and those are my favorite. I guess we're gonna do my lipstick now. I'm gonna use the Milani Matte Naked Lipstick. The smell of these are so good. I don't even know how to describe it, but I love it. And then over top of that, I'm gonna take the Tarte Tartiest Lip Paint in Insta Famous. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set my face with the Milani Make It Last setting spray. So this is our finished look for this video. Very fun. Obviously any look can be toned down, or you can amp it up by adding a pair of false lashes or a more intense highlight, you know. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Leave any comments below and hit the little bell so you get notifications when I post new videos. Thanks. Bye.